Hello and welcome to Rathods IAS. Today in this session, we are going to see current affairs of 17th December 2023. So current affairs is very important to clear examination. So if you're talking about UPSC or if you're preparing for any other competitive examination, so you will be getting good chunk of questions from this current affairs. And especially from UPSC point of view, you have to read current affairs at least before 1.5 years of your examination. And reading each line which is present in the articles or making notes of each and every word, it is not at all the way to read current affairs. So you have to connect one subject with another subject and you have to interlink the topics and you have to think about the different perspectives or different dimensions regarding that so and so topic. So that is very, very important, and that is the way to read newspaper. And if you are reading in that way here, I can say like you can master current affairs and you can remember it for a long time. And even if you are seeing any unexpected question, then there is a chance of clearing that question. Okay, so here we are going to see Delhi edition of Hindu, and we are going to pick out the articles first, and later on I will be giving you like in how many dimensions or in how many perspectives you can think about that topic. And even if there is any chance of getting question either from prelims and mains, I will let you know how the question will be asking in your examination and how can you use the important topics, okay, important content which is given in the paper, that how can you use in your examination point of view. So all these things that we are going to learn through this Hindu analysis. So if you are watching this analysis daily, so please do watch consistently, so that I can assure you that within 4 to 5 months of time, you can understand like how to read current affairs. Especially beginners, they will face problem of understanding current affairs. So when they thought that I have to start preparing for UPSC, then they will be opening this Hindu or any other newspaper, okay? But that time they will be facing lot of issues. So they can't remember everything, and even they can't connect the things with the static. So don't have that problem. So watch this analysis and we are going to say clearly like what is important, what is not important, and how you have to read and how you have to recall. And even we are going to provide you the notes of this class in PDF format. So you can join the Telegram channel and you can download that. So the link of that Telegram channel is given in description box. Okay, clear? And whenever I am asking any question or whenever I am giving homework, so please do that. So that is for yourself itself, it is not for my sake. So this is the front page of today's newspaper. So in the front page, frankly, there is no article which is important. So already we discussed about the security breach topic number of times and we are not going to see that. And this article is also not much important. But here there is one word, that is Bodoland. Okay, Bodoland. So you have to know what is that Bodoland. So that thing important beyond that. Okay, and even one more important thing here is recently Telangana state government, not only Telangana per se, but even Karnataka state government came up with a concept of free bus facility for girls, women and girl child. So if you are from Karnataka and Telangana, you might be knowing about this. So in Telangana, this scheme is called as Mahalakshmi scheme. And if you are from Karnataka, please let me know the name of that scheme. Okay, that is a free bus for women, girls and as well as girl child. So the issue here is, what are the issues of this scheme? Okay, I will tell you like what is the impact of this scheme on society. So if you see impact, yes, now women get empowered. Women empowerment. So this is a one step for women empowerment, because now there is no charges for women to go or to use this bus. So by using the bus, especially working women, they can go to the workplace safely, that too without charges. And even girls, they have access to this transportation facility so that they can reach their education institutions. And especially one thing which is hindering the girls to enroll into higher education is there is no proper transport facility. Okay, and even if they want to use these buses, they have to take the bus pass and they have and many people they can't afford for this bus pass or for the charges of these buses. So this is very important that we are expecting that it is going to improve even the female enrollment in higher education. Okay, and even we can ensure that there will be increasing of women participation workforce and they can contribute to economy, right? So this is the impact. But issues are, we have auto rickshaws. So here earlier working women they used to take share autos to reach their workplace, but now here because of this free bus ride, so they are not taking this auto rickshaws. Okay, so this is one cause of concern. And even we can ensure that there will be increasing of public to take public transportation system, so that we can also decrease pollution. Yes or no? Okay, so these are the advantages, and please let me know if you have any advantages or disadvantages regarding this scheme. So please let me know. So actually when I asked this question during our live classes, so one of our students said that, so because of this free rides for women, so they are going for Yatras and they are roaming freely. Okay, so that is the one thing that I heard. So please let me know your opinion, like what will be the advantages and what will be the disadvantages of this scheme. So this is about the front page, and today is Sunday, and I found that rather than news, our newspaper is filled with entirely advertisement, and Hindu became very commercial nowadays. You can see rather than articles, so most of the times you can see advertisements. In this city page also I found nothing. See here, so only 3 articles, but there is a big advertisement here. And even in the states page I found most of the articles are political articles. So don't focus on that political articles, so it will not fetch you anything. Don't waste much time on newspaper. So whatever important I will be discussing, okay, rather than that, so leave this. And next one is thousands protest call for Hatti tribal status. So around 5,000 demonstrators participated in this Hatti Akrosh Maha rally in Himachal Pradesh. So here you can get a question like, they will give you one tribal group and state associated with this. So here lot of times there are number of tribal groups are seen in news because they are doing some protest. For example, Chenchus, okay, for example Hattis, and even Irulas, okay, they are commonly seen in news. And even especially tribal groups of northeast like Tiwa tribal group, okay, and even Metis, Nagas. So there is a high chance of getting question regarding the tribal group and the state where they belongs to. Okay, so you will get a question like, consider the following pairs. So one pair will be like, for example, here we have Hatti. So they will say like UP. And second one is Irulas, Karnataka. Chenchus, Telangana. And they will ask you to identify the current pairs. And in the options you will be getting only one pair, only 2 pairs, 3 pairs, like that. So in this way you can expect a question. So here your work is to make a list of tribals which are seen often in news, and you have to see from which state they belongs to. Okay, and here you have to see like what is this Hatti tribal status. So actually this Hatti group of people, they are from Himachal Pradesh. Okay, so in this way you can expect a question from your prelims. And you can move on to another page. So the states page also most of the articles are political articles, and wherever you can see there are advertisements itself. And in the news page there is one important article, that is Sultan of Oman. So India and Oman in talks to sign an economic partnership agreement. So actually here we have Sultan of Oman. So his name is Haytham bin Tariq. So he is on visit to India, and we are going to see like, so India and Oman, they are going to sign some economic partnership agreements. So here we have to see what are those agreements, and especially have to see why Oman is important for India. And even one more thing here is you have to see what are the areas of cooperation. So you have to see what are the areas of cooperation, first one, and next one is what is the importance. You have to see what is the importance of Oman to India, and even you have to see map of Oman. So even you have to see whether it is having opening to Arabian Sea or not. Okay, and even if time permits, you can see like GCC, Gulf Cooperation Council, and recent developments of India in the West Asia part. So all these things are important from this article point of view. Okay, so this topic is important from international relations, which comes under GS paper 2. Okay, so this is about this topic, and if you move on, there is one more article. It is about one important scheme, that is Viksit Bharat Sankalp Yatra. So title says Modi flags off Viksit Bharat Sankalp Yatra in 5 states, says focus will be on smaller cities. So here we have to know what is this Viksit Bharat Sankalp Yatra. So what are the aims and what are the components. So here whenever you are seeing any scheme in news, so this comes as a part of our governance, and every year you can expect at least 1 to 2 questions regarding the schemes which are in news in your prelims. And from mains point of view, you will be getting analysis based question like, so how this scheme is important and what is significance of this scheme, so whether it is achieved its targets or not. So in this way you can see analysis based questions. But here this is a new scheme, that is Viksit Bharat Sankalp Yatra. So there is a chance of getting prelims based question here. So you have to know just facts of this scheme. Okay, so that's it. And if you move on, there is one more important article regarding COVID-19, that is substrain JN1 of SARS-CoV-2 traced in Kerala women. So again there is increasing of COVID-19 cases in India. Okay, there is rising. So because of this, whenever we are going for this genomic study, so INSACOG, that is Indian SARS-CoV-19 Genomic Consortium, so it said that there is one case of subvariant of JN1 has been noticed in Kerala. So this case was detected in an RT-PCR positive sample, okay, in Kerala. So this sample which is tested positive, and actually she is a 79-year-old woman. Okay, she has mild symptoms like influenza illness as she recovered from COVID-19. And actually now there is a trend of rising of number of cases in this Kerala. So it is one cause of concern. So if you are getting the new variants means, so there will be the rise of cases. So this is one cause of concern, that's it. And if you move on, the world page, so most of the articles are not much important. So here you can see Taiwan to receive $300 million worth equipment from US. So if you see the issue here, this is China. Okay, so this is China. And here we have like North Korea and South Korea. And here we have Taiwan. So China says that Taiwan is part of China, but Taiwan is not accepting that. So if you see here somewhere we have US. Okay, here we have US. Okay, so here US and China, they are anti, but here Chinese Taiwan is friend of US. Okay, so what happened? So it is one of the cause why there is a no proper relationship between China and US is, so one cause here is Taiwan. And now here Taiwan is receiving equipment from US. So furthermore leads to deterioration of relationship between US and China. Okay, so US State Department approved $300 million sale of equipment to help maintain Taiwan's tactical information. To maintain the tactical information of Taiwan, So here US approved around $300 million. Okay, so this is the thing which mainly said. Okay. So actually US is bound by a law to provide Chinese claimed Taiwan with a means to defend itself and arms sale in a frequent source of tension between Washington and Beijing. So whenever US is providing equipment to maintain a strategy, okay, of this Taiwan, it is one important reason behind the increasing of conflict between China and US. So this is the thing which mainly said. So this is one article that is relevant from our UPSC point of view. And you can move on to the science page. So every Sunday you will be getting the science page and you have to read this page for sure, because you will be getting some current affairs from environment and ecology and as well as from science and technology from this science page. So here you can see one important article, that is additional organic molecules found in Enceladus plume. So here you have to see what is Enceladus. So Enceladus, it is one of the moon of Saturn. Okay, it is moon of Saturn. So please let me know Saturn which comes under which type of planet, whether it is a jovial planet or whether it is a terrestrial planet. Please let me know. And you have to see, like, around Saturn we have rings. So what are the reason for the rings around the Saturn? And please let me know how many number of moons are there for this Saturn. Okay, so this article is important, and here we have to see one important mission, that is Cassini mission. So this Cassini mission is of NASA. So you have to see what is this mission of Cassini, and you have to see some facts regarding this Enceladus. Okay, that's it. And next topic is CT scans associated with increased risk of blood cancers. So how many of you went for CT scan? So even I had CT scan number of times because I have migraine headache. So to evaluate that, yes, I did for I went for this CT scan for number of times. So now I came to know that when we are going for the CT scan, so because of radiation that are using in this machine, so this is the machine. So because of this, yes, that will have some effect, that will cause blood cancer. So if you see this infographic, you will be getting 80% of data which is given in this article. So I will always suggest you, before going to this article, just go through this infographics. So children, adolescents, young adults, they are vulnerable to blood cancer caused by low dose radiation. So because of radiation that is used in this CT scan machine, that will cause blood cancer. So radiation doses at moderate over 100 mgy to higher 1 GY values are known to cause blood cancers in both children and adult. So in children and adult, because of radiation, so it can cause blood cancer. So recent studies says that even low dose of radiation, they have the probability to cause blood cancer. And nearly 9.5 lakh individuals who went to CT examination before age of 22 years, okay, they were followed up. About 51% of the cases were younger than 20 years, so they got this blood cancer. And there is a clear association was found between dose and as well as risk of blood cancer. So for every 10,000 children who went for the CT scans, so 1 to 2 children are expected to develop blood cancer in about 12 years. So this study which highlights that there is a need for continued justification of pediatric CT examinations, and we have to go for decreasing of dose of radiation. So this is about this topic. Okay, and the next important topic is mapping illegal pangolin poaching from Africa to Asia. So actually this pangolin is one of the most traded animal. Okay, one of the most traded animal. It is one of the important animal, so which had been used for the trading purpose. Okay, animal trading. So here, because of the mapping of genes of this pangolin, now we found that poaching is happening even from Africa to Asia. So actually in Asia, especially in China, there is huge demand for this pangolin, because pangolin will be used for the health medicine system in China, especially the meat of pangolin and as well as scales. So here you can see the scales which are present on the body of this pangolin. So these scales, they have huge demand in the medicine system of China. So because of this, it is one of the most poached animal and it's one of the most traded animal, so which is having the huge demand in international market. So you have to see some facts regarding this pangolin. So there's a high chance of getting question. And if you move on, here you can see one more important article, that is significance of an influenza A, that is H1N2 virus case in UK. So actually what happened in November 2023, so UK agency reported first known human case of influenza. Okay, so previously it has not caused any disease in humans, but for the first time it is recorded that it is causing infection in the humans. Okay, so after the detection, here public health agencies in UK, they are now working rapidly towards characterizing the pathogen and how it is going to risk the human health. And there are even several subtypes of influenza that are assigned according to the combinations of mutations, especially in the proteins of hemagglutinin and neuraminidase, that is H and N. So there are a lot of new subspecies are coming up. So that will be having the threat, okay, to the society. So here you have to see what is this influenza. So how many types of influenza are there? So what are the signs and symptoms of influenza and what is the treatment of this influenza? So these are some important dimensions that you have to think from this topic point of view. And this article is important from your science and technology. So these are some important articles that appear in our today's Hindu newspaper. And today is Sunday, there is no editorial, there is no op-ed, there is no text and context. So just you have to read the small articles. So I will be winding up this class soon, don't worry. So within 40 minutes you are going to complete Sunday's news analysis. So now let us move on to notes part. So before saying notes part, I want to make an announcement here. So we in Rathods, yes, we are running this prelims booster course, and this is very useful course. So we are going to give you the daily targets. So based on that, daily test will be there at 6 p.m. and you will be reading on that day and you will be evaluating yourself after giving the test, and again you will be go back for the revision purpose. And next one here is you will be having full length test as well. So full length test from February onwards. Every Sunday you will be having one full length test, and you will be having live classes on every Tuesday, Friday and Sunday. On Sunday you will be having revision holiday. So on that Sunday, today, so we will be having class from 6 to 8 p.m. So we will be revising the topics that we have studied in this week, and even we are going to provide notes of current affairs of last 1 year. And if you are missing that live classes, you will be also get this recorded classes as well. And one more thing here is, so in your writing test here, so you can write n number of times, and which time you can write the examination, you can take the examination in your free time. Okay, so there is no restriction. So that I can say this is a very flexible course that you can join to clear your prelims. Especially nowadays, prelims is becoming tougher. Okay, so for that you need a right guidance from mentor. So here we are mentoring you so that you can come and you can join the course. So the cost of this course is 4,000 rupees. And if you want to join, you can contact me directly on this number 8074765513. So even this is WhatsApp number as well. So you can text me on WhatsApp also. Okay, so this is about this prelims booster course that is at most useful for you and will helpful to increase your performance in your prelims for sure. It is 100%. And next topic is thousands protest over call for Hatti tribal status. So here tribes, they are also the part of our society, and because of development, because of infrastructure projects, these tribal people, they were hit the most. For example, if you are talking about this Narmada Dam, Narmada Bachao Andolan, okay, so even now the people, they do not get the proper rehabilitation and reconstruction. And whenever any development that is going on, for example, whenever you are going for mining, so these people, they had been affected the most. Okay, so because of this, they'll always do some protest. So even in our history also, you'll be studying about these tribal movements. Okay, so there are different phases of tribal movements that you have to read, and even you have to see some important tribal leaders also. So this, from this context, you can read this topic. And especially if you are from anthropology optional background, so entire your paper 2 is about tribes. Okay, so from there also you can read this article. So now let us see what is this article talking about, and even some facts regarding this Hatti community. So around 5,000 demonstrators, they participated in this Hatti Akrosh Maha rally in Himachal Pradesh, and they are demanding implementation of Hatti tribal status law, and they are protesting. They are protesting that they need to get this Hatti tribal status law. So if we are talking about Hattis, they are a very close-knit community who got their name from their tradition of selling home-grown vegetables, crops, meat, wool, etc. And actually they will be selling those products in a small markets. They are called as Hatts. So because of this, they got their name, that is Hattis. So Hatti community, whose men generally don a distinctive white headgear. So they will be wearing the white headgear during ceremonies. Okay, so in this way we can identify those communities. And actually they cut from Sirmar by two rivers called as Giri and Tons. And Tons divide it from Jaunsar Bawar area of Uttarakhand. So actually these Hattis, they will live in Transgiri area in Uttarakhand. So where once the part of royal estate of Simar until John Bansar separated in 1815. So actually we have two clans. Okay, they will have similar tradition, and intermarriages are commonplace between these two similar traditions. And actually in this Hattis, we can see there will be a very rigid caste system. Okay, so actually here in this Hattis we have Bhat and Kash, so the upper caste, and Badois or lower caste. And intercaste marriages are traditionally remain a strict no. So there will be no intercaste marriages in this Hattis. So due to topographical disadvantages, so these Hattis are living in Kamauru, Sangar and Shillai areas. So these people, they do not have proper education, and as well as they do not have proper employment opportunities. And Hattis, they are governed by a traditional council. So what is the traditional council called as? That is called as Kumbli. Okay, Kumblis are nothing but like cups in Haryana. They will decide in the matters of this community. So in the same way, so we have this traditional council called as Kumbli that will resolve the issues or the conflicts between this Hatti community people. And this Kumbli's power has remained unchallenged despite establishment of Panchayat Raj system. So even after we came with the 73rd and 74th Constitutional Amendment Act that implemented local self-government, so there is no removal of this Kumbli's power. And next topic is India-Oman in talks to sign an economic partnership agreement. So here you have to know about why this Oman is important for India and recent developments of India in this West Asia. So those two are very important. And this topic is important as usual from your international relations point of view. So context says that India and Oman, they are on track to sign comprehensive economic partnership. So they are going to sign this comprehensive economic partnership. And welcoming Sultan Haitham bin Tariq, the ruler of Oman, to the first state visit to India. And actually our Prime Minister, he said that the presence of large number of Indians in Oman are living example of healthy relation between two countries. So our Prime Minister says that yes, we have good and healthy relationship between India and Oman. So how can we say that? Because lot of people from India, they are living in Oman. So what is the importance of Oman for India? Because historic cooperation. So during and after this Cold War era during 1960s, Oman was friendlier to India compared to that of Arab world. And even India was supported against Pakistan by this Oman. So this is one historic cooperation. And next one here is geostrategic aspect. So here Omani ports Omani ports along Arabian Sea, Gulf of Oman being the entry point to the Persian Gulf, and Gulf of Aden makes Oman's location of strategic importance to India. So actually Oman which have direct access to this Persian Gulf and as well as Gulf of Aden. So because of this, yes, to maintain our trade routes, so this Oman is very important for India. And next one is for economic relations. So in the past year, Indian companies and professionals, they have undertaken projects in Oman. So because of this, yes, it is very important. So have you watched this movie called as Sita Rama? So that movie depicts that the Sultan, they are having some important projects around 60 crore in Oman. So because of crisis of Oman, that is impacting the financial conditions of the Sultan which is present in Hyderabad. Yes or no? So from the history onwards, yes, we have good relationship and India placed good investments in Oman. So economic relations are saying that in past, Indian companies and professionals, they have undertaken projects in Oman. And large Indian diaspora is present. For example, 7 lakh Indian people, they are residing in Oman. So because of this, yes, we are having good people to people contact and good cultural ties as well. And next one is Oman's neutral foreign policy. So Oman pursued a foreign policy that is neutrality in dealing with regional issues and as well as conflicts. So it is also a very important thing. And next one here is crucial pillar of India's West Asian policy. So whenever India is talking about West Asian policy, yes, Oman is one of the key countries that is playing an important role. And next one is shared values. So two countries, they consider themselves as ambassadors of peace and enjoy the goodwill in the world. Okay, so this is about this topic and I want to show you the map. Okay, so here, so this white color part is Oman. Okay, UAE is sharing boundary, Saudi Arabia is sharing boundary and Oman is showing boundary. So here we have Gulf of Aden and here we have Gulf of Oman. Okay, and here this is Arabian Sea and this is India. It is very much near to India. Yes or no? Yes. So now let us see what are the highlights of India-Oman bilateral relations. So first one we have to focus here is, so what are the strategic relationship between India and Oman? So first and the foremost thing here is India-Oman strategic partnership. It was signed in 2008. In way back 2008 itself, we came up with this strategic partnership and it is based on twin pillars. That is, first one is trust and second one is shared interest. So we have to focus on trust and as well as shared interest. So because of these two things, yes, we came up with the strategic partnership with Oman in 2008. And India's Prime Minister had visited Oman in 2018 where he came up with some signing of key agreements on trade, on defense and security. So these things they had been taken into account. And next one is defense and security. So both countries, they have operated in ensuring maritime security. Okay, so both countries, they have operated in ensuring maritime security in Indian Ocean region. And even, for example, Indian naval ship has remained in the duty in Gulf of Oman for anti-piracy operations. And even Oman's Dakum port provides a base facilities, okay, and even logistic facilities for Indian ships. And even the trade and commerce also we are having the good relations as of now. So bilateral trade during this financial year 2022 to 2023, which had been reached $12.4 billion. And over 6,000 India-Oman joint ventures have been present in Oman. And this one is India was the second largest market for Oman's crude oil exports. So in this way here we are having a good relationship with Oman. And next one is space cooperation. So recently in 2018, a memorandum of understanding which had been signed regarding the cooperation. And next one is connectivity projects. So India also proposed Middle East Europe connectivity, that is IMEEC project. And here in this project, Oman is very important for India's connectivity ambitions. So for that year we have maintained a good relationship. And what is the way forward? So Oman, it is acting as gateway for West Asia. So India is seeking deeper engagement and collaboration in the West Asia, so in which Oman can play a very important role. So this is because Oman, it is an integral part of important groupings of the region. For example, it is a part of groupings like GCC, it is a part of OIC and Arab League. So here if you want to have the good relationship with these Islam countries, yes, we can use this Oman. So in this way here, this is the way forward. So I hope you understood, right? So in tomorrow's paper you will be getting like, so on which agreements we had been signed, and then we are going to see which are those agreements and what is the impact or the significance of those agreements. Okay, next one here is, I want to give you one mains question, that is India's West Asia's foreign policy outreach can benefit through a deeper strategic partnership with Oman. Elucidate. So try to write answer for this question and let me know in the comment box. So next topic, it is about Viksit Bharat Sankalp Yatra. So as I said, whenever you are seeing any scheme in the news, that scheme is important from your governance point of view. And you have to see some facts and even analysis of that so and so scheme. So if you see context, it says that Prime Minister said that hundreds of small cities, they would play a key role in strengthening grand edifice of developed India. So we have to connect small cities. Okay. So here what is it, Viksit Bharat Sankalp Yatra? So first important aim, it is to promote and to publicize government welfare schemes. Yes, what are the government welfare schemes are there? So we have to promote them, we have to publicize them. That is one important aim. And we have to enroll potential beneficiaries of these schemes by collecting details during this Yatra. So during this Yatra, they will collect the details. And what are the features here is, the scheme that will be publicized through the Yatra include Ayushman Bharat scheme, Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana, okay, and Pradhan Mantri Garib Kalyan Anna Yojana and Deen Dayal Antyodaya Yojana. So these are some important schemes that will be publicized through this Yatra. And they are also coming up with IEC vans to publicize schemes, like they came up with information, education, communication vans. Those are specially designed vans that will carry the messages of government flagship welfare programs. So why? Because we are going to have elections, right, in 2024 Lok Sabha elections. So because of this, your government want to publicize its schemes. So it is also a political article, but there is no choice, you have to read this scheme. And this one target here is to cover about 2.55 lakh gram panchayats over 3,600 urban local bodies by 25th January 2024. So this is the target, to cover about 2.55 lakhs gram panchayats. So we have to wait and see how far it will be done. And next topic is about pangolin. So this article is very important from your environment and ecology. So it is a mostly poached animal. So if I see this news, I will be feeling innerly like, so why, so this animal is poached like that. Like that I will be getting some feeling, because the number is decreasing day by day. So the context says that based on the genomic analysis, so researchers, they reveal that illegal pangolin trafficking routes, they are originating from Africa to Asia. So from Africa, so we are getting those pangolins to Asia. So the approach offers the new opportunities to monitor pangolin poaching. Till now we don't have the evidence that pangolins had been poached from other continents. Now we got, right. So because of this, we can monitor this pangolin poaching in near real time. That will allow for targeted and more effective and anti-trafficking measures. So that will be more effective and anti-trafficking measures that we can take. So pangolins, they are having the high demand in Asia. So in Asia, we are having the very huge demand for these pangolins, because their scales are believed to be used in the medicinal purposes, and they are having the good medicinal properties, but there is no scientific evidence. And especially in the traditional medicinal system of China, they are using this scales and meat. And especially white bellied pangolin, So it is one of the world's most trafficked animal. So next important facts about these pangolins are, so despite being listed in Schedule 1 of Wildlife Protection Act of 1972, so it is the world's most trafficked animal. And the Indian pangolin is the largest among 8 pangolin species. So Indian pangolin is the largest among 8 pangolin species, and it is a nocturnal animal. That means it will be active during night time and will be going for searching of the food in the night time. So in the daytime it will be not coming outside. And it also practices volvication. That means nothing but it is a defensive behavior, like it will be becoming a ball. Okay, so the animal will rolls down its own body into a ball. Okay, because all the body is having the scales, right? So they will be hard, so that it will be not get injured if it is forming as a ball. And what are the threats which are faced by these pangolins? So first one here is hunting and poaching, especially because of protein that we are getting from the meat of this pangolin, and even it is having the huge demand in the international market because of the scales, especially in China and as well as in Vietnam. And I want to show you one interesting image. So this is about the story of these pangolins. So it is the world's most heavily trafficked mammal, and if you see behavior, it is solitary and it is nocturnal, and it digs long burrows to haunt termites and for shelter, and even it has the ability to climb the trees, and even it is a good swimmer, so it will feed on just ants and termites. Okay, and if you see the scales, so they are made up of keratin. So how our nails and how our hair is made up of keratin, in the same way the scales of this animal is also made up of keratin, and it is thought to be black market for supposed medicinal benefits. So we can see the lot of black market regarding the scales of this pangolin, and actually this is a defense system. So your pangolin will be rolled into a ball. Okay, so whenever it is rolled into a ball, it is very easy to catch that animal, and it is illegally trafficked for the meat and as well as for the medicinal market. And even the CITES in 2016, it banned this international trade of this pangolin. But even though there is illegal trade which is going on, so more than 1 million pangolins have believed to have been poached from the wild in the past decade. So in last 10 years, around 1 million animals they had been poached. So you can understand wide range of poaching is happening. So because of this, that is leading to the decreasing of number of this pangolins. And if you see the trafficking, there is increase in demand for their meat and body parts. It is leading to the illegal hunting of these pangolins. Okay, and you can see there are 8 species of these pangolins worldwide. So 4 are Asian species. First one is Chinese, Malayan, Indian and Philippine. So Indian and Philippine pangolins are endangered in status, and Chinese and Malayan are critically endangered. And the other 4 species are from Africa, that is African white-billed, and it is the most trafficked. Next one is giant ground, tamic ground and long-tailed. So actually one interesting fact here is the young one, they will be traveling on the mother's tail. Okay, so these are some important facts regarding this pangolins. And now let us see next topic. It is about Enceladus, that is moon of Saturn. So additional organic molecules found in this Enceladus plume. So this article is important from your science and technology, and even in your geography in solar system you will be studying about these different types of planets, like for example terrestrial planets and Jovian planets. So after this Saturn, which comes in a Jovian planet, it is a gaseous planet which is having a big size compared to that of Earth. It is present beyond the asteroid belt. So if you see the context, it says that molecules including methanol, ethane and oxygen, they are present in gaseous plumes, and these plumes are emitted from Saturn's moon, that is called as Enceladus. So actually we went for reanalysis of this Cassini mission of NASA, and it suggests that yes, we have some organic gaseous plumes like methanol, ethane, oxygen. They are present in this gaseous plumes of this Saturn's moon. So this is the Saturn's moon. So this is surface that you can see. And if you are talking about some facts regarding this Enceladus, it is the second nearest of major regular moons of Saturn. And even if you compare with all moons of Saturn, so this Enceladus, it is the brightest of its moon. And it is discovered in year 1789 by English astronomer, that is William Herschel, and he named one of the giants of Greek mythology. Actually, it is an active moon that hides a global ocean of liquid salty water beneath its crust. So inside the crust of this moon, so it is having a global ocean of liquid salty water, and even it is having icy surface. So it mainly says that it is somewhat smooth in some spaces, and it is also like a bright white in color all over. And because of presence of ice, it is one of the most reflective body in the solar system. So because of this, it is the brightest, which is compared to that of other moons of Saturn. And if you are talking about this Cassini spacecraft, so this mission was launched by NASA in year 1997, and this mission has been orbited around Saturn from 2004 to 2017. So it is circling planet around 294 times. So it measures that the structure of Saturn's atmosphere and rings, as well as how they interact with the planet's moons. So all these things had been measured by this Cassini spacecraft, and also discovered 6 named moons and revealed that Enceladus and Titan, they are promising locations to search for extraterrestrial life. So we can go for searching of extraterrestrial life on these 2 moons like Enceladus and Titan according to this Cassini mission. So these are some important articles that appeared in our today's Hindu newspaper, and please don't skip this Sunday's newspaper for sure. Okay, so that's all. And if you want to get the notes of this class, you can join the Telegram channel. The link is given in description box, or else you can open Telegram and you can search for Rathods IS classes. Then you can get that channel and you can get the PDF there itself. And one more thing here is, if you really like this class, hit the like button, and please do share this class to your friends, and do subscribe to Rathods IS Academy. Thank you so much for watching.